Thursday at just after 1, and it's time for a video. I'm going to go ahead and refresh here. Oh, it looks like I'm actually live, so that's a good thing. I'm just going to tell you straight up, I'm flustered right now. Not 20 minutes ago, I was looking out my back glass sliding door over the pond, and I saw something moving on the other side, so I got my glasses. I thought it was our heron. We always have a big gray heron that fishes on the side of the pond. And when I got my glasses on, I realized it was a freaking bald eagle. I'm not gonna lie, I almost peed my pants. I couldn't breathe. I was hyperventilating, and then I thought, get your camera. And I did, and I got a couple of pictures, and then I'm like, stay around, don't leave. But then he left. So I'm hoping he will come back. I can't believe it. We've lived here since 2003, and I have never, we've seen a lot of birds here, but I have never seen a bald eagle, and it was the coolest dang thing. I'm just, I'm almost shaking. And that's so silly. When we were in Alaska, they were like crows. They were everywhere. And so you kind of got used to seeing them, but to see him, and he was huge and he was gorgeous and he knew it. And it was just really, really cool. And I even Googled, I got Siri to tell me if there are bald eagles in Georgia, and there are. And I guess I knew that because I'd seen them. The kids went up to Berry College. They went to Berry College, and they have a bald eagle camera, on the tree. But it really never occurred to me that there'd ever be one here. So anyway, like I said, I'm a little flustery, and so I may completely lose track of what I was trying to do. So, woosah. All right, so this is the card. Now, I want to show you something, because I'm going to move it because it's not very convenient for me right this second. And you're going to see in just a second why we're not going to use it. But I finally got my new Glass Mat Studio. And I'm going to tell you what, it is solid and substantial and really, really pretty. It is thick. I'm going to say that's a solid 1/4 inch thick, and it's perfect. And the grid marks, which is kind of cool, are not etched on the glass. They're underneath on what appears to be a piece of paper, so it will never go away. And you've got the metric measurements across the top and the right side, and the imperial measurements on the left and across the bottom. So you have all of the things. You have a little extra space over here. It also comes with this silicone, it's like a little tray, really. But see, it doesn't move. Once you put it on there, it just does not even move. So you've got room to, I guess maybe it wants to go this way. You've got room to do some mixing and some matching and some watercoloring, so you could put your drops of re-inker in each of these little containers, and then you'd have a palette. And then it also came with, okay, I completely lost it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had it all wet, and then I saw the eagle, and it all went to heck. But the chamois, I actually was getting it wet so that I could use it, but the chamois comes with it as well. It's square, about this big, and it's gray, and it's really pretty cool. So because of the glare, you can see the glare, and that's going to be problematic for you, I think. I am going to go ahead and move this out of the way and then go back to my usual grid paper. All right, so hang on just a second. Let me get that out the way. Okay, so here we go. But what I need to tell you is in January and February, so 4 January to 29 February, because it's a leap year, we're going to have a joining special. And like the previous one, you'll have a couple of options. You can pay your $99 and pick $125 in Stampin' Up! Product from any catalog or the clearance rack or from anywhere. And then you can elect to get the Glass Mat Studio, which comes with the glass mat itself and the silicone palette and the chamois. Or you can pay your $99 and pick $125 and an additional $30 in product. So you'll have either of those options if you join in January or February during Sale-A-Bration. All right, so now that is out of the way. Is it there on your left? No. No, it's like I said, I'm pretty sure it's back out in the kitchen somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, I'm discombobulated. I'm not gonna kid you. Alrighty, here we go. So this card has a couple of sneak peeks for you. The first is the really cute Let's Chat. Now this is a silly little stamp set that you may miss when you look at your catalog, when you get your new catalog. You just may go right over the top of it. It's on page 45. But don't, because it's darling. And it is just a fun way to say hey, or to say I'm here for you, or just to tell somebody, hello, I'm thinking about you. It's very, very cute. And it's a throwback to a time that some of us are old enough to remember, twirling that telephone line in your fingers and then trying to get it all unraveled. So it's really, really cute. It's photopolymer, which means you can have a real good play with it. The other thing that this is giving you a little sneaky peek of is some Sale-A-Bration DSP. That's correct. You're going to be able to get this DSP in Sale-A-Bration for free with a $50 order. It's called Most Adored, and it coordinates with the Adoring Hearts stamp set bundle suite in the mini catalog. So you'll get the same number of pages. It's got gold foiling on one side and reds, and it's a real red and flirty flamingo on the other. So you can see the pretty designs. And as with all of our free papers, Stampin' Up! Does not do what one might anticipate, which is make the paper thinner, make the paper flimsier, make the paper less pretty and less vibrant. This is just exactly like our paper in the main catalog that you pay $12.50, or, well, this is specialty, so it could even be $15 because you get 12 sheets, 2 each of 6 two-sided designs, okay? So, free with the $50 order, and we're going to use it today. So, let's go ahead and get started. Everything will be on my blog tomorrow, so you don't even need to take notes or nothing. Oh, and I've also used the Nested Essentials dies, this large one right here. Okay, here we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is do a little adherizing, and I'm going to put some of this Tahitian Tide in color DSP. I know, Faith, they won't even know what it is. They'll be like, where does it plug in to the wall? Why it doesn't have a plug? I don't understand. They don't know what they've missed. And they won't know. Okay, so who's with me on this? How many people who had a rotary phone ever tried to win a radio contest where you had to call in and call in and call in and hope you were like the 27th caller, right? And you always hoped when you were doing that you either had a rotary dial that just did you really didn't even want a rotary dial. You wanted a push button dial, right? So that it wouldn't take so long, because you knew that you were going to get the busy signal and have to hang up and then hang up. My goodness. Yes. So kids these days don't even understand that. They don't understand the sheer frustration of trying to win something like that. I did manage to win something. I'm not sure. It could have been concert tickets to see Sean Cassidy. Pretty sure it was. I was one of the callers. And I correctly guessed that the song that they had played was Da Do Run Run. Da do run, 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 da do run, run. Okay, so this is the Most Adored DSP, and it's a little bit of a plaid design, and I'm matting it on basic black, just like I matted that Tahitian Tide DSP. A party line. Yes, I know. What would you even do with a party line and a contest? I mean, my goodness. Okay, so anyway, any hooch. I'm sorry. I'm whacked out, you guys. How ridiculous to be so wowed up by a bird. But he was cool. He was cool. He was so cool. Okay. Deep breath. Now, I've adhered this with some liquid glue to the card front, and that is what we're going to do for that for now. But let's go ahead before I forget it, because I will forget it. I've got some Tahitian Tide metallic woven ribbon, and I'm going to use some Stampin' Seal to put on a little loop-de-doo right there. when I see where my Stampin' Seal is. There it is. Okay, here we go. Party lines. We didn't have a party line that I remember. If we did, it was before I was old enough to remember wanting to get on the phone, is what I think. All right, so I'm just going to take some of this Stampin' Seal and roll it across there so I've got kind of a line of the seal. And then I'll go ahead and cut. This was about 16 inches worked, so I'll do that. If you don't know exactly how long you need, just leave your ribbon on the roll and unscroll it as you go. And once you figure out how long you need, then you can cut it easy peasy. So to do this, I'm just going up across on the diagonal like that, and then sticking it down and turning it around. And I want this to kind of stick out like that. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to angle it a little bit like that. Okay. Now we can play with that once we get our shape on there, and then we'll be ready to go. Number, please. Okay. Now I have cut out, this is the largest of the Nested Essentials dies, and I cut it out of basic white, and I'm going to put a mat under here. I will tell you, when you are stamping real solid stamps, especially the photopolymers like this is a very solid image. You really do want to remember to use your mat. It's always recommended when you're using photopolymers because they don't have any padding of their own. But when you have something that you really want a lot of solid stamping done, then I highly recommend it. All right, so what I'm going to do here, thanks, Rosie. Yep, we have another Christmas project coming up this Saturday and then the Saturday after, and then we're going to be done with Christmas for 2024. All right, so I'm going to ink this. This is the telephone image from Let's Chat, and I'm inking it, getting a real good ink on it with in Melon Mambo. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of center it up on my shape, and I'm going to cheat it down to the bottom a little bit because I need to be sure I have room for my receiver and my sentiment. Okay, so there's that. And I'm going to wipe that off because that's got a slick surface and that ink will not dry quickly. All right. Now, the next step is going to be to put on that adorable, totally adorable sentiment. I just love this. This is a telephone cord with hay and then more cord. And so it's just super cute. Super cute. And I'm going to stamp it in with my Memento Black, Tuxedo Black Memento ink. I'm going to get a good stamp on there. And then you kind of want to think through where everything is going to go. We know that we got to get a receiver in here, and it can go roughly right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just stick this end right against the side of the telephone, center the sentiment, the word part, right in the kind of the cradle, and make it straight. And then I will adjust. There we go. I will adjust the receiver as needed. Cecilia, it's just so cute. I mean, it really is just so cute. Others on the light wouldn't get it. Yeah, I think a party line, I mean, I just can't even, I can't hardly even imagine. You know what? I don't love that. Well, we'll let it go. We'll let it go. I'm going to go ahead and stamp my receiver. And I'm doing it again in the Melon Mambo. And really what I want is to be sure that this little edge right here hits that little cord. And I also am going to make it just a little bit jaunty. It's not going to be straight. I don't want straight. Okay, and there we go. Seriously, adorable. Hey, Alice, appreciate you coming. Now we're going to make a little noise. And this is the little noise stamp. You can tell because it looks like a ringer would sound, doesn't it? And I'm going to stamp it in Tahitian Tide right over here. like that. And that's all I'm going to do. So I'm going to adhere this to the card front. Conference calls. See? Conference calls were things before it was even cool, right? There you go. All right, so I'm going to adhere this like so. So let me just do some finagling with my ribbon. Okay, I think that's going to be good. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals on here. And I like to put my dimensionals on the actual card front, especially when I'm playing around ribbon, although this is very flat and probably not even a thing. But, you know, it's good to have a technique that you follow. So I've put that many on, and I can now adhere this. And then if I feel like I need some more out towards the edges, I can just slide them under. Real easy peasy. All right. Okay. And then we'll kind of try to make it straight, and kind of centered vertically. There we go. And then I am going to slide. Hey, Sharon, appreciate you coming. Hi, Jay. I'm going to slide this under here because it needed a little support out there. And then I think I'll do another one over here. And then I'm going to put some classic matte dots on, and that'll be it for the card front. All right. So, three classic matte dots in black. And I'm just going to put them over here. I did actually momentarily consider putting one on each of these things, but then I thought, no, that would look kind of silly. It would look like those new, have you seen the new ones where they want you to, where it's kind of like it's a retro phone, but it's got the dial and then there's a button where each hole was? That's just like, nobody's going to believe that. That's not even a thing. Hey, Janice, I'm glad you like it. I think it's really, really cute myself. All right, so I'm going to set that aside. And for the inside, what I'm going to do is get my mat back. And I'm going to stamp my receiver again in Melon Mambo. Okay. Yes, I did get this idea from the catalog because I probably never would have come up with it on my own. I'm going to stamp this receiver right there. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp the other cord image. This is the second cord. All right, the one that you know you've twirled in a closet somewhere. Thanks, Deanna. It's a cute set. So we're going to ink this up in the tuxedo black, and I'm going to get that off my finger where I just slammed it into the ink pad. And I'm going to put it on right there, like that. Okay. And then we're going to put, this is like a little conversation bubble right there. And I am going to, I know, Cecilia, there's 2 more Saturdays before Christmas that I'll be doing a Christmas project, but I'm kind of done with it myself. All right, and I'm going to stamp it off, and then I'm going to stamp it right there, like that. Pulling Memento back out. Here's another little sentiment. It says, "Here for you." And I'm going to stamp it kind of straightish, like that. Seriously, how cute is that? All right. Now, we'll go ahead and mat this on basic black and put it into our Tahitian Tide Christmas card. Yeah, right? Everybody of a certain age has a memory, probably several, some of them good, some of them not so good, of phones. Uh-huh. And then remember the next big thing was the push buttons, right? Where you didn't have to hear the brrr, brrr, It just hit it and it went beep, 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 like that. Yeah, we thought we were so cool when we got those. And then what? Cordless phones. Oh, man. Man, were we uptown then. I mean, that was on a par with getting a color TV, was getting a cordless phone. I mean, you might as well have a microwave. Whoo, dog. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use black dimensionals just because I have a black cardstock. You could use white if you prefer. It's way up to you. I just have the black ones handy. Thanks, Carol. I appreciate it. Oh, that one dropped its cover before I was ready. There we go. And then we'll do a quick envelope and we'll be done. All right. Do 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 do. Alrighty, and there we go. There's our card. And then we're gonna stamp that receiver again on our envelope. Yep, we're gonna stamp that receiver again on that envelope. Oh, slim lines, yeah. And then you remember the ones that were shaped like things? Like I had a Garfield phone. You could pull the whole top of them came off and it was a Garfield phone. I thought it was very cool. You remember when Garfield was a thing and everybody wanted to be part of the Garfield thing? Oh, yum, gingerbread cake. Yum. All right, so I'm just going to put this guy like right here in the corner of my envelope flap. And again, if your post office gets all huffified about this, don't do it, but it's so fun. They need to get over themselves. It's not bothering them. It's not like I put it over the address. Hello. And then I'm going to stamp my ringer in some Tahitian tide. And then because I can and because I already have it on a block and because it's really cute, I'm going to tell people, please read my card because it's so cute. And I'm going to do that by stamping ring, ring, like that. Fun inside. That's what that envelope says right there. Open this card. There is fun inside. And then, because no card is complete with a naked flap. Hey, I'm glad you like it, Helena. Yes, it is. Walk down memory lane for some of us. For others, they're like, what is this foreign technology that you are showing us? All right, and so this is some more of the Most Adored DSP that is free. Y'all don't forget, we have free shipping today. Orders $75 and over before tax, but it's today only. When the day ends, so does the shipping special. So don't miss out. Free shipping is not a thing very frequently for Stampin' Up! And so we all know how much we hate paying shipping. I know I do. I am a product of Amazon Prime, and I like my free shipping. So anytime I can get free shipping, I'm going to do it. And there you go. 2 cute cards. You'll be glad to know I did a few iterations of this and opted out of the one that required me to fussy cut both telephones because I know not everybody wants to fussy cut. And I thought, well, I'll just do it without. So there you go. But you can fussy cut it because it's a really easy image to do. All right, you guys, oh, a Heinz ketchup phone. How fun. Keep that. It's probably worth money right now. That is probably worth money right now. So anyway, I hope y'all have a great rest of your week. Thank you for putting up with my flusteredness. I'm going to go see if the eagle is back. I'm hoping he's nesting. Wouldn't that be so cool? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That would be so cool. See you guys on Saturday. Have a great rest of your week. Thanks. Ta.